Yes, I'm going to destroy my lawn for you guys today. This is a total destruction of the backyard. We're going to take off all of our grass. We're going to take it down to nothing. And I'm going to take my backyard, which is currently looks like this. It's nice and thick, lush, green, but I hate long Bermuda. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this thick stuff, and my crew's going to come by, and we're going to spend all day cutting this down to basically this. Which is basically dirt. I've taken off the entire lawn. This is not something you should do. This is not, repeat, not something you should do. And I'm going to explain what we're going to do in this series, because I'm going to have to put it in a series, otherwise this video would be 2 hours long. So hold on one sec. Hey guys, so let me explain what I'm doing here. Rule number one. Do not do this. This is not something you should do. This is real dangerous to do this time of the year because Bermuda has a real strong energy when it's in the 90s. And then as we start to drop and the cooler weather starts to move in, Bermuda starts to lose its energy. It doesn't go dormant, but it loses its energy. So me doing this, I have to do this for a certain reason. The reason why I'm doing this is I have two big reel mowers coming in. I have a big True Cut and a big McLean that are coming in here, and I'm going to do some testing on them. I'm going to do reviews on them, but I needed some short grass. Now, my front yard is absolutely gorgeous. I scalped it a couple of weeks ago, grew back, but I'm not touching that. It's too small, so I need a big area that's really short. So that's why I'm doing this. So today's video, I'm going to show you the amount of work and labor it takes to do this kind of removing an entire lawn that's, you know, ugly thick. My crew will come out here, then I'll put down PGF complete, and then I'm going to water it in. That's step one. I need to get this lawn activated to try and get it to grow, because here's the other problem we've got. At any time, a cold front can come in and basically shut down my Bermuda. Well, I looked at the 10-day forecast, and the 10-day forecast shows me like 7 more days of 90-degree temperatures. So here's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping I can scalp this lawn down, take it real dirt short, let it start to grow back up into real short, small green Bermuda, and use these reel mowers and cut it and cut it and cut it. That's the hypothesis we're running on here. I'm gonna be screwed if the cold front moves in and my Bermuda shuts off. It's gonna be nasty. So I guess I'll break this video into a couple parts and release it over the next couple weeks. But here's my plan. Take the lawn down, take it down to nothing, scalp it down to dirt, put down PGF, water it in, water it in, water it in, get it to push this lawn, then start cutting and cutting and cutting like every 48 hours with these reel mowers to keep it real short, and let's see what happens. And hopefully about 12 days from today, I should see a nice green haze all over the lawn. I should have a short little green Bermuda. Knock on wood. That's the plan. So today I'll go ahead and show you the I grabbed the camera while my guys were here. My guys were coming over to help Barb move some trees. They had to take some stuff down for me. They were doing some trimming work. We did a whole bunch of sort of fall cleanup, as I call it. I like to have my crew come by 2 or 3 times a year and just do that laborious back-breaking work of trimming a lot of hedges and just hauling away stuff. They hauled away an entire dump truck full of crap, basically, between Barb's and my lawn. So I said, well, while you're here, let's get this done, because I can't do this myself. It's too big of a job. So without talking too much, I'll update you throughout this video, and watch for this series. Make sure you subscribe so that you see all the parts of this series, because there'll probably be about 4 or 5 different parts of the series. Well, what we do is we play with this, we experiment, we just push the lawn like crazy. So that's about it. So I'll take you out, I'll show you the footage from us scalping it, and then I'll come back. I think we got 8 people here today. This is not going to end well. It's not going to end well. Oh my God. Please help me. I got too much going on in my life. So what are we doing? We're drying off the lawn because it's early. I'm using my drag and they're Goodbye grass, goodbye grass. Oh, it feels so wonderful. So the walker can't really handle the low one. Why do I do this to myself? You can see what we're doing here. Green down to brown. So I cut this grass twice yesterday. They're coming by and cutting it again today. So there we are, before and after. So, a couple times a year, I like to hire my crew, this crew, and just get it all done in 4 hours. I can get everything done. Like these bushes here. Even with the almost all that vine up there, we're going to pull that vine down. These were up all the way over there. But this is the crap I don't like. I don't like cleanup. They clean it up. They got the truck. So let's go out back. And this is what I'm talking about. See all this? Look. That is what I'm talking about. There's my foot. That's what I'm talking about. And we're taking this all down. But look at that. Poor guys. Look at this freaking mess, dude. So we start off cut number 1. Then the walker comes by and finishes it because the walker can't handle it so much. Good Lord, man. Bye-bye lawn. So why don't you just do this yourself, Doc? Really? Look at that. Look at that. Here we are. I don't think we can get it. Truck is a little bit full of clippings here. Clippings here. Clippings there, clippings there, clippings everywhere. There we go. Now you can sort of see what we're dealing with here. What my man Oscar's doing is he's gathering these clippings up. We're having to shovel them and hand rake them and bring them up to the truck. So we're going down to pretty much dirt here today. So you can grasp the scope of what we're doing. The entire back lawn is going away. I'll bet you that truck is half full right now. So anyways, man, that would have taken me 2 weeks to do this. 2 weeks. I honestly think the next step is just to go ahead and get my fertilizer down. I was going to come back out here. I might reel cut it a little bit just for the heck of it, but I really want to get my fertilizer down and get the fertilizer moving and working in. It's got to go down now. I got to get the fertilizer down, and I got to get it watered in. I got to get it activated. So that's probably what I'll do. So what's step number 2? So step number 2, normally I would go ahead and come out here with the reel mower and cut this again, but I want to get my fertilizer out as soon as possible, and I'm going to start watering it right away. So I've got about 12,000 square feet. Now normally when you put down PGF, what you do is you stack it, and what that means is you put it down at the bag rate, wait 2 or 3 weeks, and come back out and put out another application. It's pretty mild. It's 0.58 pounds of nitrogen per 1,000 square feet. Well, I may only have 15 days to get this lawn to recover, so I got to go fast. So I'm going to double the bag rate out here, or just under double. So I'll be putting out 1 pound of nitrogen per 1,000 square feet. I'll probably put 3.5, 4 bags down here. It's about 12,000 square feet. So the math is pretty close. It's not exact. I don't have to worry about it. That'll be about it. So let's get going. Basically, this is what I've got. It's called complete because it's got everything in it. It's a 4:1:2 ratio, a 16:4:8. It's got humic acid, it's got iron, it's got micros, it's got everything a plant needs. I put it on my lawn, I put it on my flowers, I put it on all my landscape, everything. And the prill size is really, really small. See it? Super, super small. And that's what's good about, especially putting it out right now where I've got my grass. I'm basically down to dirt, and the nice thing is that tiny little particle size or prill size is going to work right down in, and I don't have to worry about it moving. So here we go. So, what am I doing now? Well, first of all, I'm exhausted. What a long day. Basically what I'm doing now is I'm going through and I'm starting what I call the activation. We sort of activate PGF. This is faster. So what I'm doing is, the way this is, a lot of people get confused about this. The sun is going down. You can see most of my lawn is now shadowed. And what I'm doing is I'm getting the ground and just the ground and the thatch layer wet, and it's going to stay wet all night long. And that'll sort of, I guess you could say melt, but it activates. It activates the fertilizer, and then I can come out in the morning and I can wet it again, and I'll do that process for the first 4 or 5 days. I activate it. So basically all I'm doing is I'm walking around and I'm just spraying this into the thatch layer with a hose. I've been running the sprinkler system and irrigation to make sure I get every ounce of this completely wet. Now that the sun has set and I'm in shadows, this ground, the grass, the thatch layer, and the fertilizer will actually stay wet or damp all night. That's the activation phase. And then if I want to irrigate, then I can do irrigation in the morning. But remember, the clock is ticking. So I have to get this stuff into the ground and I have to get it activated. Normally I wouldn't worry about it because I'd be stacking, I'd put it down, wait for 2 or 3 weeks, let the rain come by, regular irrigation. But this is the emergency mode. I've got, what, maybe 14 days to do this project, so I'm exhausted. So this is, yesterday was Saturday when we did all that work. Today is Sunday. I came out early this morning and I irrigated again since my fertilizer was wet all night. Now I'm trying to push it down to the ground. Then I came out as soon as the sun came out, and I actually did a full reel cutting again of my lawn. So this lawn has been cut like 7 times in 24 hours. So now all I'm going to do is I'm basically going to leave it alone except for irrigation. I'll come through here and I'll do multiple cuttings. As soon as I start to see green come up, I'll start cutting and cutting and cutting and cutting and cutting. I'll cut like every 48 hours. Again, I'm pushing this. I got about a 15-day window to accomplish this. Knock on wood. Let's see if it works. Now, I did want to give you one quick note. If your temperatures are in the 90s to like 80s, mid 80s, you probably have armyworms or grubs that are pretty active. They're all over this place, all over the neighborhood. The double kill product, I'll put a link in the description below. It is back in stock. It had sold out. Pre-emergent, I'm going to hold off for a couple weeks on pre-emergent. I'm not going to do anything right now. So I don't know. A couple people have asked me to overseed with some kind of winter rye. And this might be a good place for it. I usually try and avoid it, but this might not be a bad overseed project. So I can't put pre-emergent down now if I want to overseed. So that's the status. This is video 1 of the series, and I'll be doing probably about 5 more on this and show you the progression of it. If you enjoyed it, click the subscribe button. I'll talk to you later. Bye.